Beneath thick jungles and endless green canopies lie the remains of one of the most advanced civilizations the ancient world ever produced, the Maya. Long before modern borders existed, the Maya people settled across a vast region of Mesoamerica, including present-day southern Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador. This land was harsh and unpredictable, filled with dense forests, rocky limestone soil, and seasonal droughts. Yet the Maya did not merely survive here, they flourished. The Maya civilization did not rise overnight. Its roots stretch back thousands of years, beginning with small farming villages. Over generations, these communities grew stronger, more organized, and more ambitious. Slowly, stone replaced wood. Villages became towns. Towns became cities. By around 250 CE, the Maya world entered what historians now call the Classic Period, a time of great power, creativity, and achievement. Across the jungle, massive city-states emerged. Tikal, Palenque, Copan, Calakmul. Each city stood as a center of politics, religion, and culture. These were not simple settlements. They were carefully planned urban centers, filled with towering pyramids, royal palaces, ball courts, and ceremonial plazas. At the heart of every Maya city stood the Temple Pyramid, a sacred bridge between earth and sky. These pyramids were not tombs alone, but living centers of ritual. Priests climbed their steep steps to communicate with the gods, offering prayers, blood, and sacrifice to maintain balance in the universe. The Maya believed the world was fragile. That time moved in cycles, that the gods demanded respect and constant attention. Every ceremony, every ritual, every monument was part of this cosmic responsibility. Maya kings were more than rulers. They were seen as divine intermediaries, chosen by the gods themselves. Their power came not only from armies, but from their connection to the spiritual world. Kings recorded their victories, rituals, and bloodlines on carved stone monuments called stelae, which still stand today, silent witnesses to a forgotten age. But the true genius of the Maya lay not only in stone and ceremony, it lay in knowledge. The Maya developed one of the most complex writing systems in the ancient Americas. Using hieroglyphs, they recorded history, astronomy, religion, and royal lineages. Their scribes carefully painted books known as codices, though most were tragically destroyed centuries later. In mathematics, the Maya were far ahead of their time. They understood advanced numerical concepts and, remarkably, developed the concept of zero, something most civilizations would not achieve for centuries. This allowed them to calculate time with extraordinary precision. The sky held deep meaning for the Maya. Their astronomers studied the heavens night after night, tracking the movements of the sun, moon, planets, and stars. They built observatories aligned with celestial events. Eclipses, solstices, and planetary cycles guided agriculture, warfare, and religious ceremonies. Time itself was sacred. The Maya created complex calendars that measured not only days, but cosmic ages. To them, history was not linear. It was cyclical, repeating endlessly through creation and destruction. Daily life in the Maya world revolved around maize, or corn. According to Maya belief, humans themselves were created from maize by the gods. Farming was not just survival, it was sacred duty. Fields were planted with ritual care, and harvests were celebrated with offerings and prayer. Trade connected the Maya world. Jade, obsidian, cacao, salt, feathers, and textiles moved along jungle paths and river routes. Merchants traveled long distances, linking distant cities into a vast economic network. But the Maya were never united under one empire. Each city-state ruled itself. Alliances formed. Rivalries grew. Wars erupted. Unlike total destruction, Maya warfare was often ritualized, focused on capturing nobles, asserting dominance, and gaining political power. Still, conflict became more frequent as cities competed for resources, land, and influence. For centuries, the Maya world remained strong. Cities expanded, monuments multiplied, populations grew. From the outside, the civilization seemed unshakable. But beneath the surface, pressure was building. The Maya landscape was fragile. Forests were cleared to support growing populations. Soil weakened. Water sources became strained. Large cities depended on complex reservoirs and seasonal rains. Then the climate began to change. Evidence from lake sediments and cave formations suggests that the Maya region experienced repeated droughts, some lasting decades. Rainfall declined. Crops failed. Reservoirs dried. As food shortages increased, social tension followed. Faith in kings, believed to control balance through ritual, began to weaken. If the gods were not responding, perhaps the rulers had failed. At the same time, warfare intensified. Cities fought harder for shrinking resources. Trade networks weakened. Political alliances collapsed. One by one, the great cities of the southern lowlands began to decline. Monuments stopped being carved. Royal inscriptions ended. Palaces fell silent. Entire populations slowly abandoned their homes, moving northward or into smaller communities. There was no single catastrophe, no final battle, no sudden apocalypse. Instead, the collapse unfolded quietly over generations. By around 900 CE, many once powerful cities were empty. The jungle crept back, covering stone with roots and shadow. What remained were silent pyramids and unanswered questions. Yet the Maya did not disappear. Millions of Maya people survived. Their descendants still live today, speaking Maya languages, practicing ancient traditions, and carrying forward a culture that never truly ended. The collapse was not the end of the Maya. It was a transformation. Their story is one of brilliance and warning, of human ingenuity and human limits. A reminder that even the greatest civilizations depend on balance with nature, society, and belief. And deep beneath the jungle canopy, the stones still stand, waiting, remembering a world that once touched the sky.